Okay, let's just figure out something to start with. Jake, the other day, did I talk about going and seeing the weird animals yet?
What kind? Like a zoo?
No, stuffed animal, like taxidermied.
Don't think so.
All right, we'll talk about it. Welcome, Ghostrunners Podcast Wednesday, presented by Good Ranchers, American Meat Delivered. Yeehaw. Jake, the other day, every once in a while, you find yourself in these weird situations where it's like, how did I get here? What am I doing here? I was delivering a table to somebody the other day.
It was every day in my 20s.
Right? It was just like, especially when I'm by myself, it's like, what are you doing here, dude? Delivered a table the other day to actually somebody that lives right down the street from your Olathe house.
Okay.
Yeah, and delivered the table, went well. And as I'm leaving, I noticed that they have like 5 different animals like mounted to their wall.
Okay.
Multiple boars, like exotic animals. Have I not talked about this? Does this not sound familiar?
I don't think
Okay.
I've heard of this.
A bunch of different things. And I was like, oh gosh, like you're going to want to talk about that, aren't you? Like it was like one of those things where it's like, oh, I mentioned something. I was like, whoa, I didn't notice those things up there. And then they told me all sorts of different things about their, like all these animals. They went on a South African hunt to get these things. These 2 boars, the guy shot 1 arrow and it went all the way through one boar into the next one and killed 2 boars with 1 arrow.
How slippery are these arrows?
I don't know, dude.
Sliding right through?
Must be some powerful arrows.
Must be. Like boars are sturdy.
He's like the guide that we were with, the South African guide, thought we were going to be really upset because you have to pay every time you kill an animal or something like that. And this guy's like, no way, that's the coolest story I've ever like experienced. Like never heard anybody doing that.
You ever do that on the pheasant course? 2 fez, 1 bullet?
Oh yeah, I mean regularly, honestly. No, and then they go, and we have and I don't even remember the word that she used, but we have an atipa. I don't know if that's what she said, something like that, upstairs. And I was like, oh, just shut your mouth, Brad. But I would go, oh, what's that? And she's like, well, I can show you. And so then all of a sudden, just delivered this table to this woman. I'm walking up to their guest room upstairs on the second floor of this house with this random woman. And she's showing me they have a literal complete animal stuffed in their guest room.
Like legs and stuff?
The whole thing. Anything you can imagine, it's there. The whole thing.
Tail?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this thing is like the size of a twin bed.
Do you stuff the tail or you let the tail just dangle? You got to stuff it a little bit, right?
I didn't even notice a tail, to be honest.
Wait, actually, what animal is
this thing was, I don't know. It was it looked like a variation of an elk or a deer or something.
That word she said is the word, okay,
yes.
Yeah.
Something like that I'd never heard of before. So she's like, well, let me show you. And it's got these like pretty long, or antelope, I don't know.
Yeah,
something like
I
pretty
can imagine
long
what you're talking about.
Horns. And I mean, it was huge. And she's like, yeah, it cost like $30,000 to bring that back. And I was just like, I was not expecting to see any of this today, but here we are.
Wow. Yeah. That cost $30,000. What other really responsible financial decisions?
Yeah, right. Do you want to order another table real quick?
Yeah, if you can do that, you can order more tables.
I kind of gave her a good deal too. So you'll get another invoice in the mail. All right, Becky?
Yeah, so you haggle back and forth with these people about a price, and then you have to go see where they live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't have that neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood, but it's not like mansions. But then they say, yeah, we saved all our money for the house and we just stuffed this animal instead. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got a few vices. I quit smoking and really now I just custom tables and exotic antelope. That's all I spend my money on. I don't know.
What can you do? It's the economy. Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners Podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners Podcast. All right, hey, welcome back. Ghostrunners Wednesday episode. American Meat Delivered, Good Ranchers.
Yep.
Get them GRKC for discount. They're giving free chicken for a year.
That's
we
right.
talked about it on Monday. You guys know.
All right. I have a dentist appointment. Put the timer on the clock right now. 40 minutes from now, I have to leave for a dentist appointment.
Sorry for everybody. Hey Siri, wake me up in 40 minutes.
Wake me up.
It didn't even work. Wake me up in 40 minutes.
This is working
All right,
great.
it worked. It says 12:30.
Precious time.
All right.
Everyone else's timer is going to go off when this podcast is over. We're going to time it perfectly. All right. So yeah, let's jam-pack this episode.
Okay.
Oklahoma City this past weekend. Oklahoma was the state. It was a jam-packed day. It was so awesome. I have so many friends in Oklahoma randomly. Woke up, ran my mile outside. Coldest mile of the year.
Really?
Brutal. So
Really?
windy. So windy. And because I don't know my way around Oklahoma City, I ran more than I needed to. Because it's like, well, I've done my mile. I don't know where the bus is. It was, the wind was so bad at one point. I was like running like diagonally, I guess would be the word. Like running in the fetal position is the
You
closest.
like tried so hard.
Get the wind out of my face.
Like I know I'm outside, but maybe I can avoid the wind.
I got done running that day. It was the day of the Chiefs game. And that was a wind chill of like -10, I think. And it was a cold run. And I would, the second I leave the bus, I am running. I'm moving the whole time for 10 minutes straight. And I never warmed up. My thumb was frozen. My feet are freezing. And I had, I was thinking, I was like, the Chiefs are going to play tonight. And the wind chill is supposed to be 10 to 20 degrees colder than this. Mm-hmm. And I texted you guys. I said, someone is going to die at Arrowhead tonight. I just couldn't imagine standing still for 3 or 4 hours. And I haven't heard. No one died.
I haven't heard any like bad stories of even like, people got stranded because their cars wouldn't start. That was what I was thinking. Like, there's somebody that's their car's not going to work.
So cold, but got the mile in, and then straight from there, I met up with Ty Gatewood from the limo trip, and he was like, "You want to get breakfast? We go get breakfast." We go to this place. It's called Jeff's Country Cafe. They remodeled it a year ago, which you would have thought they painted this in the 60s. Like, oh, it's kind of cute. They just left it. They painted it 1 year ago, neon green and neon pink.
Okay.
It is the ugliest place I've ever been. And we went, and pancakes cost $2.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like a Thai kind of place.
Oh, yeah. It smelled like grease afterwards. It was awesome. This is kind of funny. I just remember this. So, we sit down at the table, and, you kind of just like notice something on the TV, don't think much of it. It's like, oh, that dog is like in the sheetrock. Like they're getting a dog out of like the wall. Like that's kind of interesting, but whatever. There's a lot more
just
going
focus
on.
Yeah.
And breakfast, just me and Ty, really good time. Maybe 5 minutes later, I look back up at the TV, and now they've got a dog on a harness, and they're pulling him out of a lake. So I'm like,
dog rescue.
I think this show is just about rescuing dogs. I look over a few minutes later, and they're like, a man is ascending down a ladder trying to get a dog from like a raging like river. He's like, this dog's like on a log, like
what?
Swimming for his life.
Yeah.
Whole 30-minute show, just dog rescues.
But always happy endings, probably.
Seemed to be. I didn't see him die. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
I get to see one of my best friends, and also just seeing nothing but dogs getting rescued.
Were you commenting? Like were you watching it together?
There was one time where we were having a pretty good talk about something, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I got to interrupt this. This is a good one. Like you got to see this one." Like he's really in some trouble. I think he's got to make it out though.
He was skydiving and he fell out, but they caught him midair.
They have to go down to the earth faster to get him.
They had a squirrel suit and
grab him. And what was great, what made the experience just slightly better is there was a guy in like his 20s next to me who had special needs, and he was like kind of commentating on what was happening, and it was awesome because that way I knew I wasn't missing anything.
Okay,
mom, that dog's in a wall. It was great. It's like that dog is in a wall.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was just really cute, and it was a great experience. And anyway, the rest of the day, the Huderbergs are the best people. Yeah. They're so hospitable. They're so great. I mean, they spent their whole Saturday just making our day great. Just showing Rachel the cutest coffee shops and these awesome lunch spots. Really, dude, Oklahoma City is getting like a Carlton Landing type place. Do you know about this?
Yes.
Wheeler.
That's what it's called?
It's called Wheeler, Oklahoma. And so I saw
I think they already have one, maybe.
Or yeah. Sorry. It's kind of happening.
Okay. Yeah.
I just didn't know about it, so it was new to me.
Okay.
It's awesome, though.
Yeah?
I want to live in one of these places.
Really? What is it like in town?
It's a little bit outside of it.
Okay.
But yeah, just like every house is like uniform, but also different. They have one coffee shop, like one like central playground with pickleball courts, basketball court. Yeah, it just looks awesome. The houses cost like $1 million, so it's got to be a while.
You'll be all right.
But they were just so great. They just like took us around all day. They would drop us off. They'd pick us up. They were even like, "Hey, I know you really want to watch a Chiefs game. Like, let's put a plan in place to like watch a Chiefs game."
Love it.
One of the really cool things we did was that afternoon we all got together and went back to the Huderberg's house. And Grant, it was Grant's idea, but we all kind of like thought up this plan, kind of thing. It was a plan for Rachel. And so I'll play the video. But basically what happened was Grant goes, all right, Rachel and Jake, we have this thing we do whenever couples come over to our house. We always play them on 2-on-2 fishbowl. Okay?
Fun.
And, so I'm going along with it. Rachel's like, oh, okay, it's kind of interesting. Grant's like, we're 17-0, but I got to be honest, I'm a little worried about this. And so, we're like, so I know it's kind of weird, but we're just going to play it real quick, and then we can get on with the rest of our day. So I'm going to tear off a piece of paper. You guys know fishbowl. A couple house rules. One, it doesn't just have to be like a person, place, or thing. It could be like a whole phrase if you want. Makes it a little tougher. And also, the way we play it is anyone can potentially guess the right answer. And it's whoever guesses it gets the point. Okay. So it's not teams. Rachel's like, all in. Okay, great. Let's do it. All right.
Why wouldn't she be? Yeah.
And so divvying up the pieces of paper, Rachel's just writing 2 things down that she wants to write. Me, Grant, and Lauren are all writing down the same exact thing. I think that's all the setup I'm going to give for now. We'll put the video on the screen later. And that was another thing. Grant was like, we always film it. We always film it just so everyone knows there's no cheating, something like that.
Okay.
And, so anyway, I think I'm connected. This should hopefully work. This is us playing fishbowl with Rachel.
Okay.
Our favorite singer in the country that starts first on a duel.
Need to breathe. Okay.
Our favorite singer, girl, Travis Kelce.
Okay. Taylor Swift.
And the country that starts first when you play a duel. Near Spain.
Taylor Swift. Oh, we're going to see them.
Argentina. Near Spain. Scott's been here. Scott's been here.
Concert in May.
Oh, yeah.
We're all going there in May.
Tickets.
We are going there in May.
We're all going there in May.
In Portugal?
We're all going to the Taylor Swift concert in Portugal in May.
Wait, us 4 all going?
No, we're not.
The 4 of us are all going in May.
We're all going.
What the heck?
This is all a setup, just to tell you.
We've had it booked for months.
Time.
Really?
And time.
The rest of these all just say Taylor Swift.
I got mine first.
You got mine yours first. All right, there's more of it, but that's basically it. So yeah.
Just said Taylor Swift in Portugal?
Yeah, so there were 6 of them in there that just said Taylor Swift in Portugal. And there were 2 that were hers, which we trimmed the video off, but she did pull hers first, which is great. So we're like, all right, get through that one.
That's so funny that she got her own first.
Dude, first of all, yes. So we've had this planned for, 4, 5, 6 months. You guys have known about it for a long time.
Yeah, forever.
And anyway, so yeah, the triplets and the Huderbergs are going to go see Taylor Swift in Portugal in May. It'll be pretty much right at our 1-year anniversary. So it's going to be fun. Rachel's fired up. But when we were planning this, we were like, so hypothetically, it could happen. Like if Rachel picks her own 2 first, if she struggles to get through those, like if time is up before we get on with Rachel's, then me, Grant, and Lauren are all going to have to make up our own things of fishbowl. Like we're gonna have to improvise a full round of fishbowl. Not only that, while looking at Taylor Swift in Portugal, like, use it to blow your nose, use it, whatever. So making it up. But then it would have to go back to Rachel. And then the second round of fishbowl is what? Usually one word or like, charades. She's got to act it out again. Right. And so we're laughing at that. And, we're going to have to remember what was in there again.
That's funny.
So
next, just make sure the timer doesn't go off.
Yeah, but it worked out. It was a fun way to like announce to her that that's happening.
That's cool.
So it was a great day.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you guys like, how long are you going to be in Portugal? Like what's the plan?
We've had the tickets as soon as they came out, but we haven't even booked flights.
Okay.
We've got some hotels and stuff, but we don't even know.
You just know you're going, is it Lisbon? Where's the?
Yep. Ghostrunners in Lisbon.
Cool.
So it'll be fun. I've been texting Scott, figuring out stuff we should do. He did his LDS mission there. So
he'll be so annoying about how to pronounce everything. Lisboa, Porto, Madeira. He does that all the time. Oh, Lisboa.
But it was fun. The show went great. So many ghosties afterwards. We got a lot of fans in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
It was fun. Chiefs looked dominant. It was just a perfect day.
It was.
By the time it's coming out, I don't know.
The AFC Championship.
I don't know if Chiefs look dominant against the Bills, but they look great against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And then got to go to the original Bondi Bowls. They all came. It was just great.
Cool, man.
It was just great.
That's fun.
So that was Oklahoma City.
That was Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday. Our Saturday looked a little different. Not exactly the same. Not exactly different. We also went to a performance of sorts. It was Hattie's first basketball game to cheer at.
Oh, yes. We went over some of her cheers last night.
Oh, they're so cute, aren't they?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh, it's so funny, man. I mean, she was so nervous. Like, even like the night before, she's like, I wish, like, it's so funny how sometimes she talks in like this third person, like to me, I wish my mom didn't sign me up for this thing. I was like, it's going to be so fun. And then she's like, even the next day we went to McLean's and had Dadder Days. And I thought there was going to be nobody there because it was so cold outside. I was like, we'll bring some board games. We'll stay there for like 2 hours.
Cool.
Dude, it was so packed. It was wild. Luckily, it was still fun. We played Candyland and Zingo. And anyway, but she's like, I'm just so, what if I mess up? You know, she's like so nervous. And I was like, oh, well, you remember how we went to Upward games last year? She's like, yeah. I was like, and remember how the cheerleader screwed up a bunch of times and you remember it? She's like, I don't remember seeing anything about cheerleaders messing up. I was like, exactly.
See?
I was like, Hattie, and then I had to kind of like very carefully, like gently say like,
It doesn't matter.
no one's really going to be watching you except for me and mom. Like no one, like I didn't watch them at all. You know what I mean? And so
That is kind of funny to have to announce that. Like,
yeah,
you are so unimportant. No one cares.
like you'll be fine. There's 8 other cheerleaders. Like, and of course it's like, I am so excited to see you. But if you, and they also had missed one of their practices. It got canceled because of a snow day.
Oh no.
And so she was worried, like, what if I don't know them right? We tried to practice them on YouTube the night before. But apparently they do it upright at Upward, at least at Lenexa Baptist. They do like I don't know, college level introduction of them.
I always heard about, 20 years ago when I was going to do Upward, I heard that certain Springfield ones like announce you to the Chicago Bulls song,
Yeah.
like player intros.
Yeah.
And when I did that, never did that.
Dude, it was so they turn off all the lights.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
They have all those like swirling, like kind of like disco ball looking things. So
Yeah.
it's all on the ground. And you hear the Jock Jams, Dickie Vitale. Oh, America, are you serious? It's awesome, baby,
That's-
baby. And it's like, and I mean,
That's such a good
it's so
impersonation.
cool. Oh, it's awesome. And literally, so the cheerleaders like make a tunnel for all the basketball players to run out. But before the basketball players run through the tunnel, the cheerleaders get introduced. Hattie Ellis being
Wow.
an E, the very first little girl on the court. So the guy's like, let's give it up for Hattie Ellis. And she's like barely jogging. Like she's like walking so slow out there. You know, there's other girls that are like bouncing up and down. And there's Hattie just like, you know, just being so cute. And I just know as they're introducing all these people, I'm just like, I know her personality. She's just putting her pom-poms up in the air like all the rest of them. And I just know her so much. Later on, she's like, yeah, my arms were hurting from my pom-poms being up so long. Like, it's just like so practical for her. But it was a great time. And yeah, just watching little kids play basketball is just always a trip.
That's awesome. How'd she do cheerleading?
She did great.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, like some of the things that we practiced, it seemed like our moves that we practiced were a little bit wrong. But at the same time, there were also a couple that I think they literally like taught them at halftime. And so like it was like dribble, shoot through the hoop or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, and they did, we've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you? And I was like, Hattie, and I tried to show her afterwards, like
Yeah.
how crazy you could get with it. And she's like, okay, but Dad, that's pretty loud. I was like, that's the thing about sports games. You can be as loud as you want inside. And she just couldn't accept it. I was like, right, Catherine? Like, right, Mom? And Catherine's like, yeah, kind of. You know, I'm like, come on.
You can.
You get crazy on it. So anyway, but it was a good time and she did a great job and we braved the cold. So
It was fun. Yeah, going through her cheers a little bit last night, and she talked about dribble, shoot through the hoop.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can get the words, but the motions, I don't know. We
Yeah.
went through a couple options and we weren't sure. And
she kind of does like a almost like a jumping jack kind of style thing where she like puts her feet together and then jumps out and she's getting there.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, go upward. Everybody yell, go upward. Oh, she's so cute though.
so they cheered for both teams.
yeah, just kind of just generically.
Just there, just
Yep.
having a good time.
Yep. But the intros were awesome. Like
Yeah.
if I were a kid, I mean, cause think about like you like simulate that all the time in your driveway, like getting
Yeah,
introduced
that's
and like
so fun.
all that stuff. And this, Oh, and this guy that does it, he's a member of our church. He's probably in his 60s or 70s, but he's like a retired like Army Ranger. So he's got like this, he's like a gruff, like manly man. He's like, give it up for Hudson Smith. I mean, he does such a good job with it. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and we're in upward season now, baby. It's cheer season.
It's cheer season. It's giving cheer. I'm so envious of those introductions. I wanted them so badly when I was 8. I wanted them so badly when I was 18.
Yeah.
Never got them. I mean,
Stratford didn't do anything.
We were the second best team in the state. I was a senior. Everyone in administration, coaches, I feel like they loved me. They would like any feedback. I could not get them. I was like, can we turn off the lights? And like, it's kind of a hazard. It takes a while to turn them back on. I'm like,
oh yeah, like the fluorescent bulbs.
can we do something cool? Like, I don't know.
Did you guys have like the little basketballs that you would throw into the stands afterwards? You remember that trend?
I don't know what that is.
Like,
that was a big city thing.
Yeah. 5'10", Jake Triplett, and then it was like, it was like the band would be like, bah, and you run out and chuck something into the stands.
I do know.
Some people would like hand them to their moms, like being cute.
Yeah, throw out a T-shirt.
Yeah,
I do know where did I see that happen? High school level, college level? I've seen it.
Maybe Shrine Mission East or something.
Yeah, but no, we never did that. It was just run to like the football guys cheering you on.
Yeah,
and just jump in their arms or
so
something.
Fun. Yeah,
yeah. Go give Chandler Eden a hug or Ollie.
Yep.
So yeah, jealous. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun time. We got to watch the Chiefs win with Scott and Peter.
Oh,
we had some pizzas. I was like, pizza oven still works in negative degrees.
Scott picked us up from the airport. And he said she is a finicky beast.
It was definitely the most stressful pizza oven experience I've had yet, because you got to make sure that there's enough flour on the dough to like fling it in there. And there was one time where it did not get flung, and I was like, and I went back inside to get more flour and like try to fix it. And went back out there, and it still wasn't flinging. So it was like gravity works, just chucked it in there, and it turned out like a little bit of a calzone. But it worked.
It worked. That's fun, you guys.
Finicky beast.
We'll all get to watch the game together.
Yeah, I know.
However it went, we saw it together.
Yes.
One last thing about Oklahoma City I forgot is I had made plans with just the top dog in the Strava group. His name is Luis.
Oh, Luis Chavez.
Yes.
Chavez.
He runs like 15 miles every day. And
seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like pretty much every day. It's like between 10 and 15, I feel like. But we made plans. He wanted to run with me. And I was like, if you want to, great. Like, I just feel bad that like I don't have a car, so I can't come to you. You're going to have to come to me. And you run so much faster than me and so much more. Like, you can talk. I can't even talk during.
You don't even have to go diagonal when we run.
Like, you don't scrunch up during the wind. And I was like, that's so nice of him. But like, let's do it, dude. And so we exchanged numbers, and we were going to run at like, I was like, the night before, I was like, between 9:45 and 10, let's do it. He texted me. He's like, hey, running a little late. I was like, no worries. Just FYI, I'm getting breakfast at like 10:30. And so he's like, okay, just do it without me. I was like, no, dude, you're already on the way. Like, I'm not bailing on you. Let's do it. And I wait, 5-10 minutes. He's like, hey, man, just do it without me. And I was like, okay, well, you have my location. If you were out here running, you try to find me and meet up or something. And come to find out, when I get on my run, I text him. I was like, dude, you made a good decision. It is miserable out there. He goes, dude, I already ran 14 miles this morning. I was like, earlier in the colder, in the dark? Like, you already ran 14 miles. You were going to drive into downtown Oklahoma City, run 1 mile with me? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, that's insane. And I'm telling Grant and Lauren about this when they picked us up. I'm like, yeah, our friend Luis is a ghostie. They're like, Luis Lopez. And I was like, that's so racist. No, I said Chavez. That's a different guy. And I'm giving him a hard time. They're like, no, our friend Luis runs marathons. I had no idea he's a ghostie. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's a different guy. They're like, no, his name's Luis. I was like, Chavez and Lopez are different names. It's a different guy.
Luis Rodriguez, yeah.
Luis Gomez, my man.
Yeah, Luis Gonzalez.
My amigo.
Arizona Diamondback great.
And so it just became this huge thing. Like, guys, it's different people. Or like, that makes sense because Luis has never mentioned Ghostwriters. It's like, yeah, he doesn't listen. So it's this funny thing. A couple days go by, and Grant sends me a screenshot. It's a Facebook post from Luis Lopez, their friend, and it says it's a picture of a guy running. Could be anyone with the last name Gonzalez.
Okay.
It says, I'm excited to join Oklahoma Project as a coach under the guidance of my good friend and founder, Luis Chavez.
Oh,
they're boys.
They're hermanos.
they're in cahoots.
They're cabrons.
So enjoy the journey, muchachos. So yeah,
So if your name's Luis in Oklahoma City, you run around.
you run and
Yeah.
you love it,
That's
and
awesome.
you might listen to Ghostrunners.
Okay.
So
yeah.
the odds of that.
So Luis, if you're listening, tell Luis to listen.
Yeah, tell them you got talked about a lot this episode.
That's a fun assignment. Like, hey, I don't know who to, share Ghostrunners with. Okay, anybody in your life that has the same first name as you have to let them know about it. That's an easy criteria. Like,
There's someone out there
I
listening.
should get on that.
yeah, Timon. Hey, little muskrat, you need to listen.
What about Heathen? Get her back. Have her friends.
Yeah,
Her.
yeah, oh yeah. Heathen.
Heathen.
That was great. Wow, that's
Anyway,
really fun.
that was kind of fun. So shout out Luis. He was the man, and I never even got to meet him. He was at the show. Didn't get to see him afterwards. And he was so nice. He was like, dude, that's so cool about Bondi. Ever since Grande Boo, I've been going to Bondi twice a week. I was like, dude, Luis is the man. And
Yeah.
I never even got to meet him. So I'm sorry, but appreciate you.
That's awesome, dude.
Luis.
Okay, I had a crazy experience last night.
Was it in bed in your cozy little sheets? Sorry.
Honestly,
Okay.
it started out there.
Didn't
Talk
in
about
there.
Cozy Earth. Yeah. Whoa!
We don't. Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Oh yeah.
We don't. No. I thought about it again.
That's even better. Like, well, never mind.
Like the kombucha girl, but with words. That?
Yeah.
Nah.
Let's talk about Cozy Earth.
Okay.
The sheets. Doesn't matter what kind of stone cold mattress you have, it feels better with Cozy Earth sheets.
I'm sleeping just fine.
Sleeping just fine. Cozy Earth makes sheets. They make towels. They make shirts that feel like sheets
Yep.
for your body.
Yep.
They make face masks, like little sleep masks.
Wow.
Catherine is in love with their socks. Catherine loves their jogger. Whatever you need, if you want to be comfortable doing it, Cozy Earth's got it.
CozyEarth.com. Promo code is GRKC. And it's 35% off. All products come with a 10-year warranty. I mean, the offerings are insane. And they really are so good. I was telling my friends in person this past weekend, they're like, if I was going to get something from Cozy Earth, I was like, my favorites are like any of the clothing and the sheets. Those are the two.
Yeah.
That
I really like their towels too. Their waffle knit
that's
towels.
true. Two-sided.
Two-sided are
Yeah.
great. Everything about Cozy Earth is quality.
They do it really, really well.
If you have a 10-year warranty on something, like as breakable as or whatever, like rippable as sheets and clothing and everything, like it's going to be good stuff. So
Divvy this up over the course of 120 months, and you're like, wow, it's actually not that much.
correct.
Yep.
So CozyEarth.com, GRKC, 35% off. You guys know all the things. Check them out. You're going to love it.
What happened in your bed?
So wake up 4 a.m. to an alarm going off outside. And Catherine is like, startled, looking out the window. She's like, Brad, your truck alarm's going off. And I was like, oh, okay. And so, I have an app on my phone. And so I just press the button on my phone to stop
What's it called? Don't be bashful. What's the app called?
What's the app called? Mm-hmm. The app is called Ford Pass.
Got it.
Cool. Yeah, don't be bad. What?
Come on.
Tell us the app.
Everyone wants to know. Okay, Ford Pass. Got
Ford
it.
Pass. And Catherine, of course, then is like, why would that go off? I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like half asleep. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe somebody tried to get in my truck. But
Raccoons.
yeah, who knows? I don't know. She's like, okay, well, do you mind walking around the house and just checking? And so I was a good husband. I was like, yes, I will do that. And
Wow. 4 a.m.?
for him. And I was cold. It was a cold time.
Oh.
But I did it. And I walk around and I'm walking into every nook and every cranny. All right. I'm thinking if I'm a robber and I hear somebody coming, where am I hiding? And so I looked everywhere. I went downstairs and looked in every corner, every closet.
Oh, you looked
Everything.
inside your house.
Inside my house.
Okay, you didn't have to go out to the truck.
She was like, you don't have to go outside. Just go
that's
inside.
what I was saying. I was like, wow, out of bed to the snow. Miserable.
I think I would have said yes, but it would have been very reluctant.
Okay, so you're walking around the house. Do you have a weapon on you? Or have you brandished a weapon? I love the word brandished.
I got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary right here waiting for
Yeah.
me. No, just my phone, flashlight, and closed fist.
Cocked fist.
Yep. Honestly, I had we have our heater. We have a screen around our
One of the two.
wall. Yeah, around our heater. I peeked around it with my flashlight and my fist. Yeah, I was going everywhere with it. So I was like, I don't know, just in case. So I was just trying. I didn't expect there to be anything. I don't feel like we live in a dangerous neighborhood by any means. And
I always
Never
think
had any issues with
just
that.
logically the idea of breaking into someone's house when their cars are in the driveway. Why would you do that?
Right.
Is
Also-
that ever happening?
Also, this similar thing maybe happened to Scott at his house during
I was
the
going to
Chiefs
talk
game.
about
Did
this.
you hear?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. But like, we were all like, there's no way somebody's trying to rob your house during the Chiefs game in negative 30 degrees. That's the least likely time. Anyway, so I'm walking all around, like I said, trying to just honor my wife and her wishes. And I know that like for her and for a lot of wives out there, women out there, they're just more nervous, more paranoid about stuff like this. So I'm like, let me do it, everything. So I get upstairs and I'm walking around upstairs, and our house like has like a circle, like you can go in one area and then come around the other way. Like it's like a circular layout. And so I'm walking around looking at everything. It's 4 a.m. It's dark. And then I get to the end and I'm like turning around, and I turn around another corner and I just look up, and Catherine has gotten up and is standing at the other end of the hallway.
Gosh.
And that's exactly what I said. I was like,
Oh my.
she's like, sorry. I tried to make a lot of noise. And I was like, no, you didn't. You didn't say anything to me.
Not enough.
And I was like, and then I didn't fall asleep for the rest of the night, basically.
Heart had to be racing after that.
Yeah. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, well, you were taking a long time. And I was like, yeah, because I
Thorough.
was trying to check for you.
Nook and Cran.
I just, oh man. So anyway, my heart was just racing from that.
It's like the movie cliche where you see the shadow of something and it's like the shape is completely different, and you like realize what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I did not recognize it as my wife for a good half second. And it scared the bejesus out of me.
Punching time.
Yep. Here it comes. So luckily she was far away, or else something might have happened to her. I don't know.
Jeez.
But
Scott was telling us about that. He's like, yeah, Sam called during the Chiefs game. Like, I think there's someone here or whatever. And this is kind of, so Scott, comes back later that night. It was like, I'm going to check, I'll check the property or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he said it was Peter's idea or something, like check for snow prints. There's so much snow around. You'll see 100% if someone's been walking there. Scott starts walking around. There are footprints all over the back of his house, and the footprints stop at Palmer's window. Come to find out, the police had been there walking it.
Yeah.
And it stopped at Palmer's window. But yeah, he was like, man, that would have freaked me out.
yeah, his wife was texting him, and Scott's like, Sam, there's no way anybody's stealing anything from our house right now. I guess one time they had somebody at like 3 a.m. come and just like knock on their back door or something.
Yeah.
And so I think she's just been nervous ever since then.
Spooked.
Super spooked.
She's been spooked since then.
But but he just completely dismissed it. He's like, Sam, it's fine. I'm not coming home right now.
The Chiefs defense looks
And
amazing. Mahomes is
then
driving.
Yeah, Sam calls her parents and then calls the police. And Scott's like, they tell Scott, like, yeah, the police had to come over. And Scott's like, all right, I should probably go home if my wife's doing all this stuff. So he left, like, when the Chiefs had basically sealed the deal, the fourth quarter. He's like, all right, boys, I need to get out of here and figure this thing out. But
Yeah, boys.
anyway, weird times with the getting spooked. Super spooked.
Fun.
Okay.
Couple quick things.
me more, yeah.
The Hannah family from K-Life,
Yep.
they were at the Arkansas show. Saw them in the lobby. Whole family. Will,
think I
Tanya,
knew that.
Mackenzie, Madison, all there. Guys, what are you doing here? We're here for the show. I'm like, okay, but no, but like, what are you doing in like Fayetteville? Like, no, we came down for the show. I was like, what are you doing? Like, when are you leaving? Like tomorrow morning.
We're here for the show. The show is not tomorrow.
You
so
know that we do ones closer. They live in Kansas City. They're an amazing
Springfield
family.
could have come, the night
2
before.
days earlier, closer. Yeah, and I was like, we're coming to Topeka in March. Like, it just worked out. This is the perfect day. We're happy to do it.
They're
It was
so
really
fun.
fun. They were awesome. Just wanted to share that.
Madison started listening to the podcast too, which is really fun.
Let's go.
William's been a longtime fan.
Yeah.
We gave him a hard time a while back. I think he left us a 4-star review or 1-star review or something. I think he fixed it since then. But they're such a fun, supportive family.
They're
Madison babysat the kids recently and said that she
Fun.
was going. So that's awesome to like see somebody who's like, what are you guys doing here?
Like, we're only here for you.
That's so fun.
Oh my gosh, there's 4 of you.
Oh yeah, they're infectiously wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Really warm people. That was
That's
fun. Other thing, I did my first treadmill run yesterday.
And
At first, didn't love it because it's just like I got nothing to look at. I don't feel like I'm moving forward. I don't know. Have you run on a treadmill, Timon?
I mean, in the past, but like not as far as like this round of everyday running.
So yeah, I'd say like for the first good bit of it, I was like, all right, I'm going to do this as little as possible. This is not that fun. But then something started to kick in because I got by 80% of the way down my mile. I was like, wow, I'm almost done. And this doesn't even really feel like a workout. I'm going too slow. Let's like beep, 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 crank it up a notch. All right, 7 miles an hour. I got more in me. 8 miles an hour. Great.
Yeah.
I'm still not really sweating. 9 miles an hour. Get up to 10. And then like this competitiveness took over, whereas like if I don't run the speed, I'm going to fall off.
Yeah.
And so then I just kept running. I like at 10 miles an hour. I mean, I just like, then I ran more than a mile because I was like, I'm just going to go until I'm like exhausted.
Yeah.
And it was fun. So there's something psychological with the treadmill because it's like, you can't really quit at any time.
You're right.
You can't slow down very easily.
You have to be very coordinated to just jump off of that thing.
Yeah. It's hard to slow down. It's hard to stop. You have to like really, so maybe I'll become a little treadmill guy. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
They're like survival instincts of a treadmill.
I've been doing a lot of like walking on the treadmill recently, just like incline walking. And there was one time recently where I like was cooling down and like, you just press the cool down thing and it just slows you down to basically like a crawl at the end. Like it's like a 3-minute cool down. And I was just like basically trying to like stretch as I was cooling down at the end. And I stretched too far and almost fell off. Like my foot like went to the back. Can you imagine like falling off a treadmill going a half a mile an hour?
Dude, there were some times because, I was like, let's try short strides for a little bit. I was like, all right, now let's try long strides. And so I'm trying to look like, how much room do I have?
Yeah.
And then like, I am going to injure myself on this treadmill because then I'm looking behind me and I'm like bumping into the side of it. Like, oh my gosh,
Right.
I got to like stay in the lane here. And then the Bills Steelers game was on the right and I'm doing that. And I hit the front of the treadmill. I got going too fast. And I hit the front of it. It's like, I can't do two things. I have to just look down or something.
What's that?
Embarrassing.
Like the standard deviation, or like what? Like you can't deviate very much from like if you're just a little bit farther back or a little to the side or like weird angle over here.
It's not a ton of room.
Yeah.
If you have long strides, I don't know what you're doing there. If you're a tall guy. But
where are you at? Brookridge?
Yep, Brookridge. So might go there today too. I haven't ran my mile yet.
Okay.
But every day, gotten it done, and we're gonna figure out if I'm a treadmill guy or not.
It's cool. I like it. I think treadmill's fun because you can do like different like you can climb a mountain.
I'm in the Alps.
Yeah, right. That's great. Okay. Beans. But beans. Hey, Main Street Roasters is our coffee sponsor of the week. And you guys know them. You guys love them. I have drank a decent amount of coffee today, and Daddy's hyped up. So if you want to get hyped up like me, drink some coffee and drink it specifically from Main Street Roasters. They have great prices, and honestly, they have the best beans I've ever had. If you guys don't know Main Street Roasters, you will love them. They are a family-owned business out of Napanee, Indiana. They have a brick-and-mortar shop, but you can also shop on mainstreetroasters.com for their beans. Yeah, it's great prices. It's great beans. It's a great product. It's a great company. Why wouldn't you support them? They support us so faithfully. Their website is mainstreetroasters.com. They have a promo code GRKC for 10% off. And honestly, guys, they're just wonderful, wonderful people with a wonderful company that you should just support. So thank you to Main Street Roasters for sponsoring us. Go check them out. mainstreetroasters.com, GRKC, 10% off.
Voice memos?
Yes, some voice memos.
17 minutes till we have to wake up.
Go.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Brad. 2 mediocre life updates for you. I'm not sure if that's still a thing on the podcast, but I'm only on episode 28, so I'll go for it anyway.
Okay.
First one, played in a pickleball tournament over the weekend, got silver in the 4-0 men's division. And Jake, you right now in the podcast are just getting into pickleball, so I'm curious as to where you're at now in your pickleball career. Are you like verging on 5-0, going professional? I know you got your own Friday pickleball thing, which is pretty cool, but just curious about that. Second life update, I found an old wooden toboggan in the garage of my house that I think belonged to the original owner, and I want to refinish it and kind of like, sparkle it up so that so that my daughter and I can use it in the winter up here in Michigan.
Hey,
I think it'd be a lot of fun. So, Brad, question for you is, how should I refinish it? Like, what type of finish should I apply so it'll best hold up in the winter? Thanks, guys.
I'll answer your question. You answer my question. I would go with just run of the mill.
Yeah, what's the word you're going to use?
So the finish, you don't need to buy the expensive stuff. The cheap stuff will do just fine. I don't need to tell you what the cheap stuff is called.
You get it.
You know it. Go to Home Depot.
I mean, on the can, the stain says it also seals it. So that's all you need is a stain on there, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. That's what you think?
Yeah.
What was my question?
Kind of just my pickleball journey.
How you doing in pickleball?
How good am I now?
You're not any better than you ever have been.
Correct.
You're probably probably a little less sharp. No, you're a solid 4.5, depending on the day. 5.0 though. I don't know if that's ever going to be happening for you.
No.
I don't know. Is that true? Is that what you are though? If
I
you
think
played in a tournament,
you did a
played
much better job answering my question than I answered yours.
That's fair.
What would you tell him about staining a toboggan?
Oh, it depends on how extreme you want to be with it. The right answer is epoxy. Epoxy will withstand any heat, any cold weather, any water, anything. Like you put that on boats, like seats of boats and stuff like that. But the other thing, the more practical answer, the easier thing to apply would be spar urethane, which is like water. It's like for outdoor polyurethane kind of things. So
cool.
it's another lacquer. So that'll be good. Like spar urethane is what you would use on like outdoor furniture or stuff like that. But you might have to reapply. But you're only using your toboggan, twice a year.
Yeah.
Maybe, you're not using it very much. So honestly, you could probably get away with any kind of polyurethane. But that's my answer.
Cool. Yeah, Dylan, sorry, you're listening to this when I'm really getting into pickleball. I'm about to be really into it for a year, and then I'm going to not play it at all really for 2 years. I'm going to meet my wife playing it and then just stop and only play golf for 2 years and then get back into it. So, yeah, I haven't made a lot of progress. Still at pretty much the 4.0 level.
It sounds like he knows about the current stuff though too.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's maybe following me on Instagram, but also really behind on the podcast or something. But either way, very fun. And cool that how we used to do mediocre life updates. I don't think they've gone away.
Nope.
Because we're about to do them.
Let's do some.
Mediocre life update time.
I fell down in my driveway hard this past week. Hard.
Sorry to hear that.
It was, it sucked, but it's funny now to think about. So I have that little like our sidewalk up to our driveway. There's a little ramp kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Where the gate is. Open up the gate and I take a few steps up that ramp and it is pure ice.
Yeah.
And dude, I was getting ready to go to the gym. So I had my water bottle in one hand, my change of clothes in the other hand, because my gym bag's still in my truck. And so I had nothing to catch myself on. And I fell straight forward. Left elbow, both knees all bloodied up.
Elbow, both knees.
And
bummer.
I knew that like as I was leaving, Catherine and Bo were on our bed. Like they're doing this fun thing these days where Bo will wake up and just come and read with Catherine while Catherine reads her Bible. He's like reading, quote unquote, his books. So I knew that they probably heard me. They probably saw me. So I tried so hard to get up as quick as I could. But I was just like,
Dad's okay.
Oh, like you can help but like just make that noise. And then I got in my truck and dude, I was like seeing stars. Like I had to like sit there for a solid like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, your head went from 6 feet above the ground to just falling.
Yeah, I think
so
that's
quickly.
what it was. It was just like, holy cow, I am like, I don't know. I also think I have some weird inner ear stuff anyway, but it was just like, whoa. I was just like dizzy.
I don't have vertigo per se.
It was the same feeling I felt when I fell out of that golf cart with Jensen. But it was cold. It was freezing cold feeling of that. It's just, falling's never fun, but I feel like falling as an adult is just a next level. Like it was unbelievable how maybe I'm just a wimp, but it hurt so bad.
No, and on the bus in Fayetteville, the bus driver had told me I was the first one up, and he was like, "Hey, just FYI, when you get off the bus, it's really slick." Derek gets up after me, and he's about to leave. I'm editing, and I'm like, "Hey, just FYI, it's really slick." He's like, "Okay, got it." He shuts the door on his ear. Boom! He just fell, and he comes back in. He's holding his elbow. He's like, "You told me." Oh. He was like 8-year-old boy. Like,
yeah,
Dad, you were right. You were right. It was so slick.
It was one of those things I knew. Like I was walking outside, the deck was all icy, so I knew to be careful. Like that's the thing. I wasn't even like being reckless, but even when you're not reckless, if you don't know exactly what's coming and you start losing it, and you have nothing to hold on to, you're done. It's over.
Well, it's just like it's not fair that ice can beat you like that.
Yeah,
it's like you should be like, well, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna fall on the ice. I'll just walk.
Yeah.
Just like normally.
And it's so hidden too. Sometimes it really looks like the pavement.
Yeah.
Or this one had snow on top of it a little
Yeah.
bit. And, Oh, I was so bummed. Mediocre
Okay.
life update.
You
I
fell.
fell on the ice.
Okay. Mediocre life update. We got our chimney cleaned out. And so to do that, I put our subwoofer with our soundbar on the floor. Sounds way better on the floor rather than the mantle of the fireplace.
Could have told you that.
Very mediocre life update, but my subwoofer is now on the floor. It's awesome.
Nice.
You really feel it more.
Yeah, reverberates a little more there.
Yeah, good woofer. That's mine. Timon?
Chicken for some drone. Phase 1 is complete.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing verbiage.
Thank you. Yeah, I got the first round of drone footage done. It's like for their renovation of Chick-fil-A. Oh,
That's our timer. That's our timer.
All right.
Go ahead.
2 more minutes.
I got the footage. It turned out good. I'm gonna
How's
get
Drew?
some chicken. I haven't met him.
Oh,
Yeah,
mysterious.
you're on your own.
I haven't even met Haley. Just like
You just went there and did your thing.
I just went there and did my thing.
That's how it was when I first did
I
it.
kind of
too.
like that sometimes, where it's just like, hey, I'm actually not home, but you can just deliver it to my house.
Yeah.
Done.
It was funny because the whole time I was like, I felt like I was doing something wrong. I was like, I don't want people to like know that I'm doing this, but it's like if anyone asks, I'm like, yeah, I'm just hired to do this. So like,
Love it.
yeah, but yeah,
Feel the same way.
Okay, Gabe and Maddie came through Kansas City, and they bought a cutting board from me, and I got to see
Fun.
them and hang out with them for like an hour. It was a great time.
Oh, the Olivers.
The Olivers.
Got
Yes,
it now.
I'm sorry.
Got it.
Gabe and Maddie Oliver, ghosties who went to the Florida trip. They're coming to Gulf Shores.
Dang,
if you
they're
guys wanna
awesome.
come. Yeah. Gabe has just started doing travel nursing.
Oh, cool.
Do you know about this? It's very
bit,
interesting.
yeah.
Like it's like so he's going to be there for 3 months or something like that.
Where is he going to?
Sacramento, California.
Wow.
But then like he doesn't know where his next job is going to be. Like he doesn't find out until ideally like the week before Sacramento's over. And then he gets, and so they're just like the perfect, like adventurous, like couple. Like Maddie's like, yeah, I'm just going to try to find a job that'll hire me for 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how hard can it be? I'll just, if I don't like it, I can stick it out for 3 months kind of thing. And they're the ones, if you remember, in Florida, they brought their Civic, but they had so much stuff. Like, Gabe's got a volleyball net,
Can jam, cornhole. Yeah.
He was the game
a
guy.
small trampoline.
And so I was like, okay, because they had a CR or a RAV4, I think, like a little bit like a midsize SUV. I was like, okay, so how many things did like you guys pack like that? And they're like, Gabe wanted to bring his volleyball net, but I told him no, he couldn't bring it. But they had 2 snowboards in there. They had like a ton of clothes, like all their camping stuff. Like they're so fun, so adventurous. I mean, it's packed to the brim.
And they're coming to Gulf Shores.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. It was just fun to see them. They're just a really fun, like, this is life. We're doing life. We're making this happen kind of couple. So
Good for
fun
them.
to see them.
I finished. Rachel was out of town all last week. She was in Florida. I binged a show by myself. Haven't done that in forever. It was called Fool Me Once. It was awesome. I thought it was really good. I convinced Peter to start watching it, so we're just texting about that the next couple days. I got Gunnar to start watching it, so I've been texting Gunnar.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's fun. Guys, girls, I think everyone will like it. It's a really good thriller.
Cool.
Suspenseful. Time?
I don't think I have anything else.
Mediocre Life Update. The episode's over.
Yeah. Cool. We'll be done.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry
you're
it's so
good.
quick. Sorry to go. This is my first dentist in like 9 years, so.
So you need to get there on time.
Is it 9? Maybe. Yeah.
Probably close to it.
No, 6.
Okay.
So that's good, actually.
Yeah.
Just first dentist in 6 years.
That'll be fun to hear about on the next podcast. Make some notes.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
Is it still UMKC dentist?
Oh, yeah.
You're going down to the cinder block walls. And,
Yeah. No cell service. Students working on me.
yeah, you're like doing so much better in life, but you're still like, I'll go for the free dental.
He's a
work.
nice guy. I saw him at church this week.
That's
Can't
right.
bail now.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully, you're okay with the shorter episode because that's all we got. So thanks for listening to the Wednesday episode. We love you guys, and we'll see you again on Monday. Go Chiefs, hopefully.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, either way, go Chiefs.
Either way, next
Love you
year.
guys. Ghostrunners Podcast. Everybody